Only till I started getting into the business that I realized how great Terry Funk was, because he made me hate him so much.
I thought it was going to go down the tube pretty fast. about 3 weeks.
Well, you were there with Todd and when Eddie Gilbert was there too.
That was the first of the Eastern Championship Wrestling, which was ECW, the original time of ECW there. I watched them the first time that we had a show up there. I thought, holy mackerel, what a god-awful, horrible wrestling show this is, And
the Dave Meltzer sheets, the Observer, the Torch, where, wow, there's something special going on in Philadelphia. And Paul's vision was, we had Terry Funk, who was the name veteran. We had Shane Douglas, who had worked, the WCW, and he was the grizzled, he was a little angry towards the business. And then he had these unknown guys, the Public Enemy, Sabu, Taz, the Sandman, and myself as his core of, this is going to be the future of our company. And but you were pretty much the leader of it, because you had that national exposure.
Can you imagine Paul Heyman if he was 6'6" and
Oh no,
and gutted up, and he'd be a scary individual.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Like Dreamer and Foley and Funk and Raven, and those are some interesting minds, and but it would always gel. Everybody was a character. Everybody had a different style of match. If it was Lance Storm and Chris Candido, Rob Van Dam, Sabu, Benoit, Malenko, Guerrero, Malenko, then the crazy Mick Foley, Tommy Dreamer, Raven. You got so much money, bang for your buck ticket-wise, and it was a great, from the opening match. And the opening match didn't do a dive to the floor or break a table. We built up to that first one, and it was great.
And the thing about it was truly, truly passionate competition.
Yep.
That's
everyone
what it
working
was.
for a cause.
It was passionate, though. It was passionate for each other, too.
Yep.
A great passion for.
They loved Sabu in WWE, and he was just so different. And you remember John Cena wrestled Sabu on pay-per-views, and Sabu was later on his career, but they were really, really high on Sabu until Vince McMahon wanted him to talk. And I remember myself and Paul pleading with Vince, don't make this guy talk, don't make this guy talk. Raven was supposed to be a 3-month program for me and help me get over. And Paul never liked at first Raven, because he was like, he's Vince's stooge, he's going to go right back to WWE or WWF at the time. And Paul went out there and he publicly fired the #1 babyface and told the truth. And the fans went from loving to fuck Sabu. And Paul, after all he did, Paul just told him the truth, and he gave him the business side of it. They turned on Sabu.
I'm going to say something else about Paulie. Is he had wasn't ability. He just knew. Paulie didn't play with dummies.
They were always on their feet and wanting more, and think about it.
Truly wanting more.
We threw Spike Dudley in, and hey fans, catch this wrestler. Hey fans. When we threw Mikey, he was a little chunkier Mikey, and they just said no, we're not catching him, because and they let Mikey crash and burn.
Hey, throw the chairs.
Yeah, think of all those great moments. Hey, we're gonna break the ring, charge the ring, and just all that special. Hey, bring weapons to shows. That was all. It may be commonplace now on the indies and stuff. That was all first, stuff. And we had Atlas security, but think about, I know myself or his matches. We're going over the guardrail. Here's Terry Funk to land and bleed right, next to you. We're gonna fight in the street, across the street. Juventud Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. We're gonna fight on guys' cars. That guy's car got so messed up, and he was like, ECW. He waited just to meet Ray. You guys dented and fucked up my car. I was great. Thanks so much. Dexter is a serial killer that kills only bad people. So it was complex characters, not like, hey, I'm hokey, great babyface, and everything I do is great. I take my vitamins. I say my prayers, brother. No, it is. I'm the Sandman.
That was a great imitation.
I'm the Sandman. I'm a drunk. But you know what? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to work my ass off for you. I'm Tommy Dreamer. Hey, I'm not the best wrestler in the world, but you know I'm going to fight for you people because you believe in me and I believe in, and I'm one of you. Hey, I'm Terry Funk. I'm one of the best wrestlers of all time, but you know what? I'm knocking on 50. You know, how can you not want to cheer for that guy? Or Shane Douglas, who was, you know, I'm the pompous, I'm the franchise Shane Douglas. I'm better than you. Boo, we don't like you. You know, it's just we honed on all that stuff, but then every character had different slices. You know, necessary.
I don't think blood is necessary, but I mean, I think it's you know,
Done at the right time.
I don't think blood is necessary. I think that we should be talking to the UFC and the MMA too.
You think about a normal comeback now, it's what, 3 to 4 bumps? Clothesline, punch, duck, reverse, another bump. That's 4 times you're back, boom, boom, up and down, up and down. I don't want to say I have memory issues because I remember everything when it comes to wrestling, but I will ask, Beulah will be like, you just said that, or I just told you that. And I'll be like, really? Like,
You're
that
an honest
scares
man.
me.
It's hard to be honest.
That scares me.
Yeah.
And I'm
it's hard
40
to be
years
honest.
old. He's 100 years old.
Yeah,
How are we
105.
going to know?
105.
But there was a way to continue the whole CM Punk thing, which would have been revolutionary and could have changed the business. And they were the only people to slowly change the business. And they had it. Because if you think of how the WWF was born, was Lou Thez Buddy Rogers didn't want to put over Lou Thez because he was afraid of him, right? You were around
Yeah.
on that. And then he left and he went to WWF for Vince's father. And Bruno Sammartino then beat Buddy Rogers and became the WWF first title.
Yeah, and he was also not a good man that shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Okay, but they could have recreated history if they would have went see him.
That's one of the only guys I hated
Bruno?
in the business. No,
Buddy Rogers. I never met him.
No, I love Bruno. Buddy Rogers, yeah, he's a horrible individual.
Really?
Horrible. The worst.
Did you ever work him?
No.
Your dad
No.
probably did.
My old man hated him,
Sweet.
so I hate him too.
An informative thing here on the shoot.
Yeah. That's,
On the horizon, are there guys who I think can do it? Yes. Dolph Ziggler. Cody Rhodes. Miz, I think, is getting it. In TNA, AJ Styles gets it. But again, you're a dreamer.
I don't want to, I want to live to be 105, but I want my wife to live to be 107. I don't want to spend any time alone.
Let
How in the hell would I,
love you. Let someone love you.
If there was, the only way I'd like,
The Terry Funk walk.
I'm honestly saying, I don't want to go back in the fucking ring again.
One
You can
more
blip
time.
that.
One more match.
I don't want to,
One
bullshit.
more match.
Bullshit.
You're not
No
old.
mas.
You
No
stiffed
mas.
me. My
No
body
mas.
hurts.